Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? We back, y'all. You tuned in to Talent. Talent stands for Take a Look Inside Truth. I'm your host, KG Lavancy. As y'all know, I thank y'all for tuning in with us. I got a new guest here, and I'm just ready to dive in this and for y'all to. I'm thankful for y'all to be able to come back with us for another session that we doing. So I got my girl right here, Jazzmin. What's up?
Hello.
So I want to be able to, for you to be able to speak to the people,
Absolutely.
and for you to be able to give your own testimony. Like, it's a lot I could say, but I want you to be able to speak, like, for yourself, like your truth, and just, you know, tell the people like what it is that you done been through, like how far you've come to give hope, hopefully to like the youth and others among that maybe watching us and everything. So um, let them know who you are.
All right. My name is Jasmine Garcia. I was sentenced to 3 life sentences for murder, attempted murder, and gang allegations. I was never supposed to see the light of day. Straight up. Let's just keep that 100.
Sure.
I wasn't. But the Lord, He showed me favor. There was people who were fighting for my freedom when I didn't even care about my own life. And they were fighting for my freedom. And one day, I got fed up, bro. I straight got fed up. And I was like, I don't want to live here.
Sure.
I don't want to die here. Like, I've already spent, like, how many decades in the, like, judicial system for me to, like, waste my grandmother, may she rest in peace, his prayers, my ancestors' prayers. Like, why would I even waste that? So at that moment, I was just like, you know what? Let me start working on myself. Let me start looking internally. Because if I can't get out legally, how I thought was, if I cannot physically get out of this prison, Lord, allow me to be out spiritually. Enlighten me to what it is that I did wrong, correct my errors, and allow me to be the sound voice for other women who are coming in this place. Allow me to be a vessel for you, because it's not about me. It's never about me. The minute you give your life to God and you're like, I trust in you, you're like, bro, I'm your vessel. You know what I mean? Like, and just let me speak through me to speak to these young women or these women, whoever it happens to be, and just allow me to speak your truth into them. And then from there, they're able to do what they need to do.
Right, right. So like, well, when you first went, you were how old?
I was 16.
You were 16. And what kind of like, do you mind talking about like the case of what got you in there to begin with?
So, my charges were murder, attempted murder, gang allegations, gang enhancement. I basically was never supposed to come home.
So like, are you able to talk about what happened?
In a nutshell, I'm going to say I participated in a shooting because honestly, I was an active gang member back then. My mind frame was in a different mind frame, and I felt like it was me against the world.
Where, what set did you claim?
I was from 18th Street.
Okay. And so this was a moment of you putting in work.
This was just my life.
This was your life. I mean,
It was not a moment of putting in work.
Okay.
I didn't even look at it like that.
Okay.
It literally was just, you're my op. You did this, so now I'm going to show you.
So everything was thought through in a kind of immature young mentality.
Absolutely.
To where, like, as
I was a 16-year-old little
16,
girl.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Thought you knew it all.
I thought I was a grown woman, and I was
Okay.
not.
So what happened?
Mm, mm, the mind frame that I was in, and I was trained to be in as a child. Let's keep that real. As a child, it was always they hurt you, you hurt back, and you hurt back 10 times worse. You know, and that was something that stemmed from my family, who's not even gang members. Like half of them are, half of them are not.
It's just kind of like the belief system of which you was.
Absolutely, it was a survival mode,
Damn.
and it was more like okay. And I'm not gonna lie, it was egotistic. It was like, who you think you are messing with, which is the absolute wrong way to think. You're not supposed to think like that.
So it's kind of like you couldn't, show a sign of weakness or make it feel like, oh, you do something, I'm gonna just let it be. Like you didn't have that type of maturity to be able to
Absolutely
say
not.
that I'm gonna let it go because I got bigger things to lose. At that moment, it was like you mess with, you do something to me, like I'm gonna come back 10 times worse, and I'm gonna let you know like you mess with the wrong one, you're gonna regret it. It was like based on showing a person how much they will regret.
Crossing us or
Okay.
crossing me. And it was a foolish way to think, but I really thought back then it was like, he hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Which was so immature because I was a child, you
Of
know?
course.
But it was the way that, unfortunately, I was like raised to be.
And when you say like raised to be, like, can you take us back to like that time to where you felt like this is when I seen it, and from that moment on, like these events or these type of situations kept happening. Like this is
Oh,
in us.
man,
Like
you want to hit deep.
I
Okay,
mean,
okay. So, if we really have to go there, I recall when I was a child, I was like 5 years old. Um, my aunt called the cops on my uncle and my blood uncle, and all my mother and my aunts all jumped her because they were like, "You're never gonna call the cops on our family." And I was aware of that, and then I had to go into the house and see what were her marks, and it was funny to them.
like they sent you go see what she
Yeah,
looked
they
like.
really did. They were like, Mija, go in the house, talk to your tia, tell her whatever, make up some lie just so you could see her face and then tell us what it is. And I was like, okay. Not knowing anything. I just knew I was the cool girl going in there and whatever. But now that I see it, it was wrong.
Manipulation.
Absolutely. And that was like, I didn't even notice that they were already instilling in my brain, you mess with one of us, you're going to mess with all of us. And the repercussions, you're not going to like them.
It was like, so the majority was the loyalty, and basically if something happened to you outside of, and you supposed to be within this family, that means you were
Absolutely.
disloyal.
Absolutely. It was, your loyalty has to rise above it all. Even if it is a misconstrued form of loyalty.
So the first moments of everything wasn't even teaching you how to be loyal to yourself. It was teaching you how to be loyal to those that are stand for you, which was
Absolutely.
the circle.
I
the
was
family.
never raised to be an independent person. It was always, unfortunately, it was always, you are not your own person. You are this unit. You are this. So I really know that I'm a grown up and I could sit there and analyze it. I'm like, wait a minute. I was basically trained to be a gang member. Like literally, I was trained to be a gang member because not only was half of my family gang members, but it was, I don't know if it was because of the undocumented status. I don't know if it was the immigration status. I don't know because my whole family is Mexican. I'm the first generation born here, you know? So I'm not sure if it was like a pack six together. I don't know if it was the gang mentality or it could have been both, you know? But I was always trained that, unfortunately, I didn't learn any individualism until I was actually in prison.
And
And
it was
my last years of prison, So I was like, no, I don't belong to this pack, or this. Like, I am myself. I am God's child, and I belong to you, and you're going to make me work how I'm supposed to work. You know?
Straight up.
Straight up.
And
But gang mentality was embedded in me through my family.
And they didn't even gangbang at that time.
Half of them did and half of them didn't. So
But
it was
wasn't.
a world torn, because it was like you have all these gang members on this side, which is Chicanos and all that. Then you have your firstborn, like I'm the firstborn, so you have your immigrants, and it's like you have to stick to this pack because it's against the law and everything, because we're not supposed to be here. And then we have this pack right here who is gang members, drug dealers, and whatever it entails when it comes to gang banging. So you have two worlds basically telling you, don't trust the law. Straight up, don't trust the law. Take the law into your own hands, and it's justifiable.
And now it's like being able to mentally surpass that. It's like you being brought back to that when you feeling like, let's fight against ICE, huh?
Yeah.
Straight up.
No, straight up.
No,
And
straight
even
up.
it's like,
yeah.
I do feel like that. And it's like, this is a generational curse that has happened for years. And it's like, I remember being a child, but back then it was like, hey, if you're a criminal, you need to be careful for ICE. Now it's like, hey, if you just look a certain way, you need to be careful for ICE.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wait, why am I scared on my own land? Like, because my family, like I said, half of it was gay members, drug addicts, and the other half was really genuine indigenous people who cared to preserve that, instill it in me, instill the values, and also teach me, like, hey, we have the whole system against us, but we're still going to make it happen for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still going to show you morals and values and things that are going to teach you to be a decent human being in the society, because the society is going to make you be an ugly human being and a selfish human being. But I'm going to teach you that society is not just about every individual. It's about as a whole.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know if my own mind manipulated it into my gang was a whole, or if it was just something that we all collectively have learned within our ancestors, and we brought it to the plate of gangbanging to try to make it more morality accepted. Or
I think that you know, when gangbanging was created, I think it just took a left.
Absolutely.
Know? And it was never supposed to be about that. It was supposed to be more around the boundaries of revolutionary.
Absolutely.
So
and nobody remembers that.
Yeah. So when you talk about, it being like, what happened? Like, was it our own minds, or was it this in some form? Yeah, because people began to get egotistic and began to, you're my enemy because you done messed around my girl or my man, or you done did something. So you targeted your own people.
We forget that gangs actually formed as a revolutionary
they used to protect
against
the neighborhood,
the government, against those who try to oppress us. We forget that was the premises of gangs, because it was like, y'all ain't gonna take care of us, so we're gonna take care of ourselves. Yeah. And it was centered towards the community. And then some way, somehow, we tainted that.
With one person, though. One person. And there's some people that fight behind a gang to this day. And they don't even know why they're enemies with who they're enemies with, because they don't even know those two people that got into it possibly got into it because of baby mama drama. A girl.
A girl.
And you're fighting to live or die.
And like you have this whole generational curse on each other.
And you don't even know. And it was never meant to be like that.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? So I think that people took the point of unity and twisted it for their own benefits.
Absolutely.
Or of the power of the benefits. Because coming with a whole, you got so many people coming behind you for one incident, it's power.
Absolutely.
And you they're supposed to be the shot caller. And within that line, it got twisted. Now everybody's trying to figure out what happened. You know how many centuries or how many years you will have to go back to figure out what happened between these two people. Because I'm pretty sure somebody was a shot caller, somebody made a mistake, but they justified it within their own people. And you have youngsters coming up who's going to follow in that path and just go with whatever's saying because they trying to be relevant.
Just like politics.
You know, just
the
like
premises
politics.
of our whole entire
Like,
foundation on this country.
yeah. So what people don't realize is that gangs start, whether it's in your own family, you learn loyalty. You learn outside loyalty of how to be loyal to others before you even learn how to be loyal to self.
Exactly.
You don't learn that because
No.
it's like if I teach you how to be bigger on your own, you feel like you don't need nobody. But if I teach you how to be how to come into unity, you know what I'm saying, then you understand how to put others first. But
Absolutely.
it's backwards because we lose ourselves.
It's an unhealthy manner of putting others first. Because although we are supposed to be selfless, we still have to make sure we center ourselves. But in the gang world, you don't think that. No. You just think this, whatever gang you're from, is what comes first. The reputation of this comes first. Yeah. Loyalty, we are taught that loyalty above all. Yeah. But who is the loyalty to? Like, honestly, loyalty to your homies, loyalties to that symbolism, loyalty to yourself, loyalty to your community, loyalty to your neighborhood, to your family. What is the real loyalty? But we are so embedded to learn loyalty to whatever gang you are from. Embody that whole neighborhood and be that.
Yeah.
And we're not taught, hey, the loyalty comes to yourself first. Loyalty, once you have the loyalty to yourself, you can extend that loyalty to your loved ones, which is your family or whoever you select to be your family. Because let's just be real, blood just makes you related.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like whoever you consider to be your family, whoever is there for you, you know, but we're not taught that in these minority populations, in these marginalized populations. We're not. We're trying to fight for territory that the government can take at any time. Yeah. But we are literally raised to believe that this is life and this is all that life is. Yeah. And we fight for it. And it's only because we are so drilled to think that this is the only way of life. So if you think I'm losing my survival method, I'm going to go ruthless because I need to survive. And it's a sick and twisted thing that I'm not sure if it's the government, if it's us, if it's a accumulation of both. But it's not something that is right, especially for marginalized communities. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And it carries on. It carries on. Even when I'm driving at my work and I see an elementary school that literally looks like a prison freaking handball court. Yeah. And I'm like, but y'all wouldn't get away with doing this in Sherman Oaks. Like, it's like our marginalized communities that we are trained since we are children to be okay with institutionalization.
Yeah, no matter what. Like
no matter what.
It's like you automatically know how this works. So I know we got a child time or lunch time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know we got a breakfast time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all preparation. That's why, like, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how private schools work, but I know there's a huge difference versus a private school versus a public school.
100.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know, with that being said, it's like it is a difference. And that's why some people like, my kid ain't going to no public school. I ain't putting you in there with all them ... You know what I'm saying? All them what?
But that's
they
the
all
mistake.
Kids, right?
But that is a mistake that we make as a society because it's like, why are we still feeding into, paying into private schools when we should really invest into the public schools? Because let's keep it real. There's more children in the unprivileged neighborhoods than there is in the privileged.
Or just better teachers. Like
nowadays, they're more dedicated.
Yeah,
they're way more dedicated.
You get a teacher, you thinking, oh, she's a teacher, so she must be educated or he must be educated. He says, who Who check?
Exactly.
Who looks? Who asks questions? Who thinks? And here I am. I got a kid coming home talking about the teacher ain't helping me. Who knew that the teacher couldn't do the work either?
Right.
And she was just giving
Right.
assignments because I damn sure
Right.
don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
this,
no,
they didn't
absolutely.
change multiplication and you know what I'm saying.
Girl.
Like, and it's not to say it's just like when you there, who's to say that the teacher sincerely don't know? And most people, a lot of people, go to these jobs just for a check because everybody's in survival mode. Nobody's in that. I mean, not nobody, but it is some people. And they're in genuine mode, but a lot of people are just trying to survive. They got their own kids, they got their own families. Have you noticed how many breaks these kids get to be out of school, and you looking like, damn, another break?
Right.
Like y'all, I can't
didn't have
remember.
that.
I can't remember being out of school that much,
Right.
and now y'all out of school for things. I'm like,
But yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
No,
So
absolutely.
I just think that training the mind to be a certain way is an extension to where we might be not okay in certain area and then okay with with it being in a certain area, like when it comes to school. But I feel like we being effed around in every single way on the board because sometimes within ourselves we are unknowledgeable to be able to call something out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When they
And
say,
it's not even just unknowledgeable, it's also the fear. It could be a lot of things because there are so many injustices that it was in our community, but there's also so many restrictions that each individual has. Mm-hmm. So it could be undocumentation, being on parole, probation, or whatever the case might be. So we see these injustices, and it's funny because we are not a ignorant society. Mm-hmm. However they try to paint us, we're not ignorant. Mm-hmm. We see what is being wronged, and it's so sad that society has us at a point where it's like, that is wrong, but I can't even say that it's wrong because you're gonna come at me, my mom, my dad, somebody. And it's like, just because we have certain backgrounds should not dehumanize us. Should not be able to take away our voice to be able to say, hey, you are wrong in this. Yeah. Like, and it's sad to say, and it's true that so many decades have passed, yet no matter how much we try to progress, it's like we're always getting put back into a certain box. And it's time to let that shit go. Like, cut that shit out, bro. Like,
I mean, yeah, but also you got to look at, in my opinion, I just feel like a lot of people are stronger, and sometimes stupidity makes you not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you feel like you got a certain strength. And then when you are aware of certain things and it's less of you, like, it makes it harder. And so you think those are the weaker individuals. Like, when you look at today's society versus back then, in my opinion, it seems that we have a lot more chiefs than we have Indians. And I think that somebody no matter where you are along the lines, have to be in control. Like, a leader always will set ground and set definition for this is what we're doing. If you're not following along this with this, then, and with this movement, then you need to, somebody going, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it always reminds me of, that's why I keep saying, like, I think the gangs, they, it meant something, but they just lost their way. Absolutely. Because this is all the ways of having a leader, of which a lot of people that gangbang, it's because it stood for something. When you couldn't find love inside that home, absolutely, and you took it outside and you found these people, it was because you were showed a certain something that you were looking for, that unity, that what are we doing? We doing this for something, and you stood for something. Absolutely. Nowadays, it's just like, we doing this because we just trying to terrorize the city, or we just all, what they say nowadays, crash outs, and we just all doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a cool thing to just not give a fuck. And it used to the end, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't.
Like, you needed to care about, they say stand for something or fall for anything.
Absolutely.
You needed to stand for something.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you know what I'm saying, like, your family don't mean nothing, friends hardly mean something.
If you stand for nothing, you're going to fall for everything, bro.
Yeah. So
Straight up,
like,
every temptation that comes your way, every distraction that comes your way, you're
yeah,
gonna fall into it
yeah,
unless you know what you stand firm in.
yeah.
We have to learn to center ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and figure out, who am I as that individual? What do I stand for? Just because you stand for something and I stand for something doesn't mean, and they're not aligned, doesn't mean they're wrong. It's just that's what you stand for. And you will not fall for any little single thing that comes
Yeah.
your way because you stand firm in it, you know?
Yeah. As you you kind of like got older and came up, did you, find yourself like now socializing or being like, okay, like you do this, I do this, you know what I'm saying? Like even when it came to game banging, like being like neutralizing with others who you would, you know, once upon a time have called yourself like them my ops.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I learned that actually in prison, to be honest. Like, I learned that, like, okay, let's put away where you're from and where I'm from. We're just going to look at each other as two women, okay? And once I started humanizing a person and not just looking at them as, oh, that's my op. Because when I look at you as my op, you're not even a human. You're not even worthy to be a human to me. Honestly, like that's how my mind frame was back then.
Like
Like
disgusted.
you're the shit underneath my shoes. If that's how we really look at it, I don't look at people like that anymore. I don't even try to look at, okay, you're from here, or that. I don't care about that. I want to look at genuinely at the human being that is within you. You know what I mean? But it was back then. It was a dehumanizing mind frame that I succumbed myself to. You know, and then I had to literally grow out of it because I started seeing, like, I have people who back in the days were my ops, literally genuinely praying for my safety,
Yeah.
praying for me, or not even just that, showing me, hey, I care about you.
Do you got like an encounter or somebody that you have a specific story about, or who you can be like, I know this person was. You don't have to say names, but
So there was a girl, if
okay.
we're going to keep it as simple as we can, if we go down to the gutter of the history of her neighborhood and mine,
Okay.
it's not the best. But she genuinely, like, saw, like, the goodness in me, I would say. And right before I found out you're going to do all these life sentences, she was in the holding tank with me.
So you already locked up.
I was in jail.
Okay.
And there was a lot of...
So this was in county?
This is in the county jail.
Okay.
This was back in 2007, 8, one of those years.
Something like, okay.
So she literally was like, I don't know what it is, but God wants me to pray for you. And if you don't want me to pray for you, over you, that's fine.
And you knew?
I knew.
Okay.
I knew it. I knew who she was. I knew everything.
Okay.
And she's like, but I don't know. I feel compelled to pray for you. And I was like, all right, and we knew what the outcome was going to be. And the funny thing was that the Lord allowed her to pray for me to have resilience, for me to have strength, for me to have love and compassion and peace in my heart. And I didn't even think back then, being a teenager, like basically a teenager, like not knowing like what this prayer was about. Even though I knew, I was like, you're going to go in there and you're going to get washed up. Like, I already knew. But I was just like, okay. But just knowing, like, God is so powerful that he literally can put two sworn enemies to be like, you know what? My heart feels like I need to pray for you. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that, I was like, I can't look at other people as like my enemy. I can't look at other people as something that is the opposition towards me. I have to look at the people as a human being. God created them. Whatever the outcome is for them, if I'm in their space, then that's what God wants. And I'm supposed to align with them at a certain moment for a certain thing And there we go. Because at the end of the day, it's like,
Was she older than you?
no, not even. She literally was my age.
Mm.
My age.
What a deep conviction already.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Where it was should have been like we should have been thumping in the holding tank.
Straight up.
Literally, we should
But
have
it
been
wasn't
thumping in.
that.
But my mind was on something else, and her mind was more focused on, I need you to be okay. God is telling me for you to be okay.
Wow.
You know?
And did you find yourself like, were you broken at that time, or would you feel like, overwhelmed with your time, or just like, because now you were in there with the big dogs, you had left YA and or juvenile, whatever.
Honestly,
you was.
no. I don't know what it was, but in my head, I was ready.
Hmm.
I wasn't scared. I was more upset because I wanted to hurry up and get there. I trained my brain to basically be like, this is who you are. This is what you prepped your life to be. So why are you crying now, girl? Let's go. Have fun. Let's go. This is what you wanted, right? Let's go. Which was a very unhealthy and toxic way to think, but that is literally how I thought. Like, let's go. I'm ready. Because I was just a teenager. I didn't see the repercussions. I didn't see the severity of everything. I didn't see, like, honestly, I wasn't going to see how God was going to change me. I really didn't see, like, oh, okay, so this is what's happening because God said, I need to break you in order to make this breakthrough with you, and I need you to be my servant. You ain't going to be nobody else's servant but my own. Like, I didn't see it like that. I just thought, let's go hard, let's have fun. Like,
Did you know God back then?
No. Like, I knew about him. I had heard of him. But I didn't have a relationship with him. I really didn't. I was a child. Like, it wasn't until years until my incarceration that I was starting to see, like, bro, like, no matter what is happening in your life, he is still right there with you. You thought you got away. No, that wasn't you getting away. You wasn't slick. He let that happen.
Straight.
So later you can reflect on what it is that you got away with, the mishaps that you did, the misbehaviors that you did, so you can rectify that on your own. You don't need somebody to tell you what you did was wrong. I'm telling you right now what you did was wrong. I'm putting that conviction in your heart.
Spirit, man.
So that way don't you ever try to do that again. What is wrong with your child? Just being honest. But I didn't know him back then. It wasn't until I was like there for a while and I started seeing the blessings and I started seeing the change in me and I started seeing like the people that he was putting in my life that I was like, okay, this is what my grandmother prayed for. This is what my aunts prayed for before they passed away. Like this is what it was, because he's like, I'm not putting their prayers in vain.
It's that favor. Like, you ever heard, like, it's a something the Bible says that when God shows you favor, like he did, Noah, it's like your kids and them generations under you will have this favor, that covenant of what, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why when it says like our grandparents, and like sometimes we living off of their favor.
Yeah.
You know good and well it's not because you
it's not because of me.
I barely met you. No, like, you always knew me.
No,
I barely
really.
met you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of the moments, and like, so I understand what you're saying. You living off of their favor and their grace that he showed, that they prayed for you to be okay and just to survive. And
100, yes, absolutely.
But also to feel like that love, like it's a time where we, when you get older and you understand the difference between love and survival. And, sometimes some of us, you grew up in that survival mode. Some of us grew up in that love, and either it switched for others. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I believe, like the one true God and Jesus, like he shows us that and redeems that within our souls. to be able to have these certain conversations or have these certain feelings or be knowledgeable of, like, I don't have to fight every day to be
Right?
overbearing to somebody else when I can just focus on this and it feels just as good,
Just as good.
you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know you working with like the youth now.
Yeah, I work with Ramp LA. So we work
What
with
is it?
Ramp
Ramp
LA.
Ramp LA.
So
Okay.
it's we work with the at-risk youth or the youth that are coming back from Kirby, which is now the equation of YA.
Okay.
So it's crazy how, like, can I share real quick, just really, really,
Yeah.
really brief? So, okay, so where I work at is for Ramp LA. It's called Empower House, and it's for SYTF girls who are coming out of Kirby, which is the equivalent of what used to be YA for us. These are the girls who were given the blessing to not go to prison and stay within the juvenile system.
Okay.
So we work with them now.
Oh.
And it's just so beautiful because I used to always say, I want to work with young women. I want to work with young women. The women that I work with now, I didn't even know who they were, what their title was. I didn't know none of that. I literally was just like, they're cool girls. I used to do a self-help group over there with them.
Okay.
Turns out, now that I'm an employee with them, they fought for Prop 57, which is the proposition that got me out. And they were showing me pictures, and I was just like,
The founders of the Ramp LA. Huh.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, do you guys acknowledge you guys are able to witness the, like, labor, like the fruits of your labor,
The
bro.
fruits of your
You're
labor.
literally, I am home because what you girls did in 2016 when I didn't give a damn about my life, you ladies are fighting for mine.
Wow.
Literally, you ladies are fighting for mine. And now let's fast forward 10 years later. I am home because of the fight that you had.
Dang.
And I am here beside you working on our youth. Like, do you see the impact, the power, and all of that? That God literally was like, I got this. You're going to meet her. You're going to meet her. And you guys are going to be friends. And they're doing this already. You don't even know what I'm doing. Like, you know what I mean? But, hey, look, check this out. I got you. Like,
know the
literally. And
plans.
I'm like, I couldn't even think of this myself.
And I bet you had plans for your own life.
I really did. Like, I always knew, I was like, okay, I'm going to go home. And I always thought, okay, I'm going to open up a center in Pico Union for the young girls. Like, we already have the Red Shield Salvation Army. But I was like, no, I want something more. I want to work with women, young women. Because, like, young women back when I was growing up, I'm 38 now. When I was growing up, we did not have young women role models or women role models like that. We really did not. And especially she didn't look like me, you know? And we looked up to men. So we had to think like men and we had to function like men. And now when we're trying to step into our womanhood, we're still acting like a guy. And then when we're with a guy, then they're like, we don't like this. And we're like, bro, I don't know how to act because this is all I know, bro. Like, you know? And it's like, now that I'm learning, being around powerful women that I'm around, like my best friends and everybody that I love, powerful women that I'm around, we're like, girl, hold up. I got these heels on. I am a woman. Like, I don't need to be a man to be strong.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I really wanted to do something like that. So I feel so blessed
Man, God
that I
is
have
good.
the opportunity that God put everything in full circle, because it's not just about me. It's him.
Yeah.
It's about him first and foremost. And he allowed the women who started this movement to open up this, to work with me, to meet me and befriend me first. And then be like, you know what? I like what you have because you're spreading the same message as me. And whatever other woman that you know wants to spread this message, let it be. You know? And it's just like, I love the shift that even though, like, I went through all these hardships and I went through a lot of negative thinking. And even though I've been trying to navigate my freedom in the past year, it's like I really went from 16 to speed forward to 38. Literally. So I've been doing and I didn't even realize, like, girl, you are trying to do catch up for no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason, girl. But the point of it is that, like, even though I've been trying to do all that, I always knew that my center was I want to help young women to be like, you're not on your own. You have somebody on your corner who is willing to show you and guide you and just hold space for you. Whatever it happens to be, just hold space and meet you where you're at.
Yeah.
Because where you're at is exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned that being in prison because I was able to meet beautiful women who were able to be like, girl, okay, when you're ready, and then gently teach me and guide me.
Yeah.
Because, man, had I got out just like this, I would have still been a mess.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have
Yeah.
still been a mess
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the people who loved on me, poured their wisdom on me, and were able to show me, like, no matter what, you're a resilient woman. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And it's rewarding to me when I'm in my car driving with the girls, taking them to their classes or whatever, and they literally tell me, and I'm like, I'm so proud of you, Mija, you're only 21 and you're doing this and you're doing that. And they're like, you literally inspire me.
Yeah.
They're like, you've been in prison my whole entire life, and you're doing this, and you're doing this, and you're doing this, and this, and this. And I always tell them, you know what? You are going to do 10 times more than me because you have freaking so many years of a head start.
Yeah. And they say it's no better teacher than experience. Like, I done been there, done that. Like, everything the path you think you want to go down, like, look at this one and let me know if you're still interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I always laugh because I heard this saying a few years back. They say, when you plan your life, God just laughs.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth. Like, you be swearing you know what you're going to do. And he's like, if for myself right now, even now, like, I would have never imagined my life to even be a fraction of this. Like, I knew what more or less I wanted. And then God said, okay, hold on, Mija. I got you. 10 times better
10 times
than what
better.
I expected. Like,
Yeah.
and even with the downfalls that I have along my life, God has not left my side.
Yeah.
I have not fallen back into drug use. I have not fallen back into negative thinking, even though sometimes, you go there a little bit because you have to rewire your mind. But I'm not at a space where I'm like, okay, my world is crumbling. No. Okay, this is an adversity that I have to face. But God got me.
And you think it's it's like, more power in the people that you surround yourself with as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm blessed to say that even the people, I can't even say it. It's like, I feel like I'm making this up as I'm talking, but the same women, the same people that I was with doing the most negative and ugly things now are the women that we are shooting for healthy lifestyles, healthy mind frames, healthy relationships, making a difference in our community, like making a difference in our own lives, growing up, straight up just growing up, being the grown women that we are supposed to do and stepping into it.
Yeah.
And being the mothers, the daughters, the sisters, the friends, everything that the wives, whatever it is that we are supposed to be, like, God has allowed me to be around this woman who once upon a time was negative behaviors just to deal with coping mechanisms, and now it's more so, we got this. All right, we can move this way, or this way.
Yeah.
But you are not by yourself.
Yeah.
Like
so that empowerment, and like, it's crazy that I say that we were around every single kind of woman that you can think of.
Absolutely.
I swear, like, man, you name
Some
it.
people you'd be like, I can't believe.
There was no way
There's no way.
There was no way. I didn't think. You know what I'm saying? But these are the same ones we call friends. You know what I'm saying? We say that we got love for. We try to teach and we barely know, but we try to teach what we did, what we was taught, because we realized like, wait, so nobody taught you this? And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like the young girls that come in, and it's
Yeah.
like dang, like you know what I'm saying? So, and I think with that, like also gave us a different type of strength, because it's like I would have never on the streets. I can go into my corner, you go
Oh,
into
sorry.
your section. We all here,
Right. Everybody
like
goes to their own
everybody
respective
go to
area.
that. Like I don't know, like you know, but living in that eight, you know, when it's all the
Oh
you was,
man.
I mean, and I was so many different people, and I think that gave us a certain type of strength to where which we didn't have, but acceptance of to love on these people in different forms that we didn't even know existed within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, like now, me personally, I think it's dope that each and every girl that I encountered from back then to now, like I'm amazed at what they doing with their lives. Like look at you, look at you know what I'm saying. We got Cindy. Like look at this, look
My
at
baby doing her thing.
man, look at everybody, and I'm like, and it's exactly giving back to the moments we found that we were weaker in,
But you
and
know what
now,
it was? God was allowing us to endure all of these
man,
and fractures, all these heartaches, all of everything, because at the end of the day, He said, I have a greater purpose for you. We had to learn empathy. We had to learn understanding, compassion, tolerance, patience, girl. Like, we had to learn all of the things that God does with us because we mishap so many times. And He still is like, I'm going to still love on you. I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to give you that blessing. You don't deserve it, but my grace is giving it to you. Honestly, because none of us deserve this. You know, we don't. We work for it, and once we get it, we bust our butts off to keep it, but we don't deserve it. That's His grace. And God allowed us to be around people from every single walk of life for us to be able to learn true tolerance and true love and true acceptance and true forgiveness, because that is exactly what He has given to us. And now we are able, everything that we have learned, every single one of us have been able to step out, embody everything that was given to us, and apply it and try to make a better future for what is coming.
yeah,
Because we've already done our part and we're still going to do our part. We still have years ahead of us. But this low key really is our future, like on some real stuff.
yeah,
So we're able to be like, okay, I learned all of this.
to live in our purpose.
Absolutely. Because He said, that's your purpose, yours. I don't care what you say, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah,
And we are fulfilling it to the best of our abilities. You know what I mean? So it's like, thank you. Thanks. You know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, most definitely. Hey, what we got
You have the 15-minute grace. So if you want to keep going for a few minutes, you won't get charged.
for 15 minutes?
Unless you wanna.
Yeah, I'll end it out. No, I'm gonna end it out.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Damn, man, I could sit and talk about this all day, you know. Like, I'm just like blessed to be able to have once said like I knew, where we were to where we are now, because like I was saying earlier, like it's no better teacher than experience, but to also understand like no, I believe it's a lot of people who don't understand like our position right now.
no.
Why we still, like, you left that place, you should be done with it. Why are you still trying to deal with them same people?
No.
And it's a certain part of your purpose as to, it's like, I gotta give back. Like when I look back and I was like, all right, I thought so. I was like, I got locked up at such a young age. My people didn't moved and everything like that. And I had to think about like, what is my community? Like when
Right.
they say giving back to your community, and I can't help but to think of the people that I like at those many years of spending in there, those same people who you wish to say I forgot or I forget about or I'm moving past, them are the same people in which came to a full circle of which we was out here and I'm with strangers out here, but I knew me and you came from back there, even though we didn't see eye to eye like that. I put my trust more in you than I would in it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And we don't understand the impact that we have on people while we are in there until like we come out and they tell us like, hey, you know that you are still that person that I XYZ, boom, 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 boom. And it gives us more enlightenment as of, wait a minute, hold on. I'm supposed to, maybe God put me here to heal this community. Because everybody neglects us, or they come and they think, okay, so you do a few classes with us, that you spend some time with us. No, you didn't. Us inmates, let's put it like this. Us inmates, we are the core that heals each other. Y'all come in to teach us the tools, thank you. But we do the work. We put that input into let's heal. So you coming home, you already had that drive in you because you were not a selfish person. Like in there, you had people that you cared about, as well as myself and every other person who has been in there. So it's like we were basically like, we were his clay. If you really think about it, we were literally his clay. He's like, I'm going to remold you. Because clay, you could play with it. Once you add water, you could play with it however you want. So he's like, all right, the devil molded you this way. Watch out. Okay, I'm finna fix it this way. And this is the better form of you. And then now you, my child, you step into it however you want to. And you're doing that right now. I'm doing that right now. Every woman that I know is doing that right now. We're meant to heal. We're meant to be healers, baby.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. We are meant to be healers. You know? And it's a blessing that even though, like, the negative came into the years that we wasted in prison, the years that we wasted prior to prison that led us up to prison, that enchainment that we had, it's a blessing to see how God is literally like, break it, now fly, baby.
And but what's crazy is, man, like, as I get older and I read the Bible more, I don't feel like they was wasted years no more. When
Absolutely
I learned
not.
about those people, I'm like, wasted years. I'm like, catch up. I'm like, we was right. It's crazy because I always had a saying like, no matter what, God gonna find his way to set you down. It's like you're not listening. I have a purpose for you, and the cold part is you're gonna fulfill that purpose whether you like it or not.
Absolutely.
You can heal my people and still go to hell, or you can be a server of me and win all the way. So you're gonna fulfill it, and sometimes we fulfill it and we don't even know who work we doing. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many times that I will say something and I'm like, and they're like, that was powerful. I'm like, I don't know what I said. That was God.
And like, the other person receive it different.
Other people were like, how do you not know what you said? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like,
so
literally, like, God just like, thank God.
Because you're not recognizing that you are a vessel, but you still one. And that's why I say now, like, with us, women that's actually accepting the walk and the person, and we actually accepting those blessings and looking at it different. We like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
I get it now.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right, so it's you.
Yeah.
Like, so you never left.
Yeah.
I left you, but you was like, I got
right.
you.
Like, it's like, okay, I found God. He's like, girl, I've been found you. It was just you got lost.
Yeah.
Like, or God found me. No. He been had you.
Yeah.
You lost your way.
And
he was patiently waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's beautiful. Honestly, how I see it now that I'm so much in re-entry space, like damn near 90% of my circle is all people who I was incarcerated with. You know what I mean? And it's so beautiful for me to see that like we went through so many heartaches, and God just every single thing we went through, He made us into gold.
Yeah,
we're all doing something that is not of us.
Yeah.
It's not selfish,
Okay.
Oh.
And then they say, what is darkness? Darkness is only a substance that's missing its light.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
But
you
even in
walking
the
in,
darkness, you can
yeah,
always find the
you
light,
can
baby.
always find it. It's like it just, you know what I'm saying? Relight the lamp, like it's there. It's just a lot of things seem like it take a lot of work, and I think that some people are not willing to do the work, and others do not know what that work consists of. And that's
Exactly.
why I like being around others that's like minded or that's willing to teach us and show us. Like, because how do you think we began to embrace the negativity so much? It's because
Exactly.
we were showed that. It's because somebody put that here. Somebody gave us the map, the blueprint. We didn't wake up and create this on our own. It's been
No.
happening since centuries, decades before us. But
Absolutely.
somebody within our circle, who we looked at, presented this on the table and we took it.
Yeah.
Now, when that new, the blueprint is being created, it's sometimes you looking at people around you. And I believe that people, when they say you here for a season, lifetime, that type of thing. And I believe that in those times, like, so many people came past us, and we exchanged routes or whatever, and it was like, okay, did you learn anything from the people? I could say that each and every person I encountered, I learned something from.
Absolutely.
Whether it was to go all the way in, so many people want to take you up under their wing, and you're gonna be the kid, you're gonna be my kid, you know what I'm
Everybody's
saying?
baby.
Everybody's baby, and it was just like, and what did they teach you? Some people were great. Some people were just so you can be their,
Muscle.
you know what I'm saying?
Let's be real.
So, at that point, it's just like you learn, whether it was negative and positive or positive, you learn which type of behavior. And at some point, you began to bundle all that up and say, I'm taking this route.
Right.
And that's it. And at one point, you began to get like selfless. And selfish.
Yeah.
With yourself.
Yeah.
Because you like, okay, if I'm so focused on trying to please these people and, whoever, which it may be, then I'm kind of like finding myself like I know where I want to go, but I'm feeling like I owe these people something.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And
It's an obligation that we are instilled to have for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dang, man, it was good having you on. I had to close it out.
It's good.
But no, it was definitely good to have you. Like, I appreciate the conversation because, like, although me and you understand, and others, may understand what it is that where we come from, what we stand on, what we stand for, and what we against. Some people don't. Some people are looking for people like us.
Really?
So, yeah, I want you to continue to push to show, even like, it's just like this. Even the strangers that you encounter, choose to be kind, because you don't know the angels you entertaining.
Absolutely,
know?
yes. You never know. If you're
So
entertaining
even like
an angel.
even if sometimes I'll be like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, but in my heart, I always get this conviction. I'm like, look at God looking at me. I'm like, and if I make this choice, I'm gonna be like, hey, when he got to read me my rights, basically, judgment.
Basically,
hey, when he got to read my, hey, remember when I'm like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be that person, like, and it's hard, but I try my best, like, and so that's what I mean when I say it's people looking at us. What type of person, like, when, like, you ain't doing this for you.
No.
You already know you're not doing this for you. So you
Not
always
at all.
don't just think of the people you like. I always have to take my mind to the people I could say I dislike. And I have to think about those people, because those are the ones I have to give that kindness to when I don't want to. And so I say that I ain't doing this for me. I'm doing this because at that day, I don't want God to, or Jesus to look at me and be like, hey, remember when,
Exactly.
like this ain't on you, it's on me. And it's like, let them continue to be them, but I don't got to match your energy in order to get by.
Exactly.
How they say you overwhelm a person with kindness and love.
Yeah.
That's what we got to keep doing.
Remember, you get more bees with honey, baby.
Straight up.
Them old school sayings is real.
So look, I don't know if you got an Instagram, you got any type of social media, yo, who you working for, to shout them out. But you want to shout them out in that camera. Okay.
So I work for Ramp Ballet. The Instagram is, oh my God, it's a long one.
Shoot it.
Is Jazzmin G81. That's about it.
Okay.
That's it, man.
All right. Well, it was good having you. I'm gonna close it out, y'all. Y'all know where y'all tuned in at. You tuned in to Talent. Talent stands for Take a Look Inside Truth, y'all. We dealing with, everything that comes